Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Guns and Yellow Ribbons preview podcast. It's just myself, Hilsey, and our good Danish friend Alex tonight. Fergus can't join us. We're going to look back at the win over Brentford, talk about this weekend's game with a mighty Arsenal, and obviously spend some time looking at the rest of the Premier League games. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to another podcast by Guns and Yellow Ribbons. This is your Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Enjoy the show.
Oh, what have I done? You can tell it's me tonight, Alex. I've already made my first cock up. I wasn't quite ready then. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Guns and Yellow Ribbons podcast preview show. Fergus is unavoidably stuck somewhere else tonight. So it's just myself and my good friend Alex. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good. Good to be back. It's been quite a few weeks, but you've had some more important guests on the show lately, some ex-Arsenal players and some celebrities. But yeah, it's good to be back again, though.
Alex, no one is more important than you, son. You know that. Slightly better looking, I might say, but not more important. All of that guys are important. Last week, as you know, we had the wonderful Laura Kirk-Francis on. She was very interesting, great to talk to. She gave her predictions, Alex, and last week there was 10 games. Laura and myself got 5 out of 10 results correctly. Only win, lose, or draw, not the correct scores. Win, lose, or draw. And Fergus lived up to his reputation and only got 3 out of 10. So classic. Hopefully you'll do a bit better than all of us tonight, Alex, mate.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I want to talk about, Alex, I want to talk about the win over Brentford first during the week, right? There lots of people were talking about it for a few different reasons. I thought we did all right. I thought Brentford a really good side, really big side. Some of the players were massive, well organised. But I thought, we were up against it a bit at times, but that's how it's always going to be. People left their game against us, but I thought we were comfortable in the end, mate. What did you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think at times it got quite a bit open, the game, and it was a bit end-to-end. And, I would have liked if we'd killed off the game a bit earlier. We had the chances to do so. But in the end, looking back, I don't think they had many chances. They had that header from Sade pretty early on in the game. Brilliant save from Raya. But yeah, I think we did well, and I think it was good to have our skipper back, Martin Odegaard. And also it was brilliant to see Ben White at his probably best he's been for a long time. So I think there was, lots of positives to take away from the game.
I agree, mate. Going back to that Raya save, I think Ramsdale would have probably played safe and tipped it over the bar, but I thought it's right in front of us. You know where we are in the ground, Alex. We're right in the north end there. And it was an exceptional save. It was.
It was.
And, we've got a superstar on our hands, yeah. And then, of course, Alex, you mentioned it already. Ben White coming back. He's not played hardly any football all season. And wasn't he good? Wasn't he good, Alex?
Yeah, from the get-go. Looking at the lineup, I was sort of thinking, how's it going to be on the right-hand side with Madueke playing with Odegaard and Ben White? It's completely new right side, but I thought they did exceptionally well from the get-go, and they were the ones creating chances and obviously the ones that created the goal as well. So yeah, it was just a joy to see Ben White flying on the overlaps and putting the crosses in.
It was a lovely little back heel from Madueke, wasn't it, for him to put the cross in. Do you know what? I'm so pleased. I was so pleased to see Madueke getting lots of game time, because at Chelsea, Alex, you may not have seen it, mate. I know you wasn't there, pal, but he got a lot of stick, Madueke, from the fans and from the Chelsea players, and I thought it was unwarranted, and I thought he might have been a bit nervous at the Chelsea game, but he came back okay, seeing as he's not had much game time either, has he, mate?
Yeah, very true. I mean, he's been kept out with injury, and obviously we've got Bukayo Saka, who's one of the best in the world at the right side. So I think he's done well just coming in without, I should say, much game time recently, and he looked sharp, and yeah, he just looked like he was up for it.
Yeah, he did indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just a couple more things before we move on to the first game we're going to look at, mate. So Mosquera gets injured, which is an absolute nightmare, right? Because we've already got 2 centre backs out. We lose Mosquera. But the squad depth was at its most, you could see it the best this season, because Timber just comes on and slots into centre half like it's seamless. I thought he was brilliant there, Alex, didn't you?
He was superb. I mean, even when Thiago, who's a big physical striker, when he came on, I think he just won all his duels and never put a foot wrong. And I mean, it just goes to show us how versatile he is, and it just it's important. I think we ended the game with 4 fullbacks in defence, didn't we?
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Indeed, we did. You know, Timber for me, right, Alex. He just seems such a confident player, right? He's confident supremely confident in his abilities. He knows his limits, and he just plays to that, doesn't he? The way he moves the ball out of his feet and finds time. Oh, I'm over the moon with him. Do you know what, mate? Every week or every couple of weeks, I look at a player and I think, yeah, that's our best signing, right? Like this week, I watched Timber and I thought, wow, what a brilliant signing Timber's been. I don't think we've done any better. And then Rice sprints the length of the pitch, and I think, oh no, actually, it might be Rice. You know what I mean? And then talk about him now. Marino playing out of position scores another goal, and I'm thinking, well, this boy's unbelievable. And I don't know who's the best signing we've had. I think they're all great, to be honest with you, mate. But what do you make of Marino, Alex? We might need him at centre half this week.
Yeah, we might. I mean, he did play centre half for Dortmund 9 years ago, so he's done it before. You never know, but I think he's just been world class ever since he's been moved up. I don't think we expected he was going to play at striker this season after bringing in Gyökeres, still having Havertz, Jesus. Obviously, they're all injured. They've all been injured, and he's been moved up again like he was last season. And he's just been superb. Like, not even just the goals he scores, the assist as well for Saka, how much he runs and drops down, and his physical play. He's a monster.
Do you know what, mate? He ran himself into the ground on Wednesday night against Brentford. Marino, he ran his socks off. And I thought, we need to see Gyökeres. I was thinking after about 65, 70 minutes, maybe Gyökeres will make a difference because Marino looks knackered. But then, of course, Rice gets a knock.
Yeah.
So Gyökeres comes on and Marino moves back into midfield. And I'm thinking, right, have you got like 15, 20 minutes left in your legs? And I shouldn't have been worried because he did. Marino was still running around, superb, bossing the midfield. So, yeah. And then, of course, Gyökeres comes on, and he's a big lump, isn't he, Alex? What do you make of him so far, mate, Gyökeres?
I mean, he certainly still has to adapt to the Premier League, it seems like, and adapt to the way we play. I think it was just getting better and better for him before he got injured. And we were just starting to get a sense of his strengths and the way he plays. And he was much better at getting linked into the build-up play and so on. So hopefully he'll not take us a long time to get back. But I mean, he's going to have a difficult time getting in the team right now ahead of Marino with the way he's playing. But I mean, it's a luxury problem for us at the moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree, mate. Absolutely agree, 100%. Yeah, on Gyökeres, you see, Wednesday night there was only one instance that I remember after he came on. Odegaard was coming forward with a ball at his feet, and Gyökeres made a lovely run forward, angled run, And I thought, slip it to him, slip it to him, slip it to him. And Odegaard didn't see him, right? And I'm not saying that makes Odegaard bad. I'm just saying that maybe they are still learning, Alex, about how to play with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right, everybody, before we move on to the first game, I must just say that because Fergus is off, Alex doesn't have any controls where he is. So I'm doing the comments, the banners, reading all the statistics, just about everything. So you'll have to bear with me. I'm not getting all the comments up on the board I want to, but stick your predictions in the comments column, and we'll definitely talk about them and stick them up on the screen. So, yeah, well, shall we get stuck into it now then, Alex? The first one we're going to do, right? And if there's any wrong spelling in these banners, right, it's down to Fergus, because Fergus has written these for me, right? So, Alex, Bournemouth v Chelsea, right, mate? Bournemouth v Chelsea.
Bournemouth v Chelsea.
Bournemouth, last week, Bournemouth lost to Sunderland, who are playing so well. Should have beat Liverpool during the week, right?
Yeah.
And Chelsea, as we know, drew with the Arsenal. And during the week, Sunderland drew. And what did Chelsea? Oh, Chelsea lost. So Sunderland for me are looking Bournemouth for me. Bournemouth. But what did Bournemouth do during the week? Let me have a look. Oh, they got beat home by Everton. That's a bad loss for Bournemouth. Chelsea should go there and win, but I don't know. They've been inconsistent, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. I mean, they were flying. They'd won the Premier League after the draw against us, didn't they, Chelsea? They were flying after that draw. And then obviously lost at Leeds. I mean, they've got a very young squad, and I think maybe the atmosphere, some of the young players like Esteval maybe should have been sent off. I don't know if you've seen he kicked out at one of the Leeds players.
No.
And it seemed like they just struggled a bit with the atmosphere and the intensity of Leeds. Made a massive error for I think it was the 3-1 goal, which Calvert-Lewin pounced on.
Yeah.
And then, another tough away game at Bournemouth. I think they could struggle, but I do think Bournemouth are struggling as well. So I've put down 2-1 for Chelsea, even though I do hope that Bournemouth can get a result at home.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of the people are saying Chelsea should win, although Trevor has gone for Bournemouth to win at home. Do you know what, mate? I'm going the other way, Alex. I'm going to go for Chelsea travelling off week, and you're right about that. Just before we move on to that, you're right about that atmosphere at Leeds. The atmosphere at Leeds is unbelievable. I love going there to watch the football. You know, you get threatened a little bit because they're a little bit mad, but they're a great set of fans. They support their side. But Alex, I'm going for Bournemouth to win this. I really am.
I like that.
I'm going for Bournemouth to win this 2-1. Chelsea's inconsistencies, as you said, they're young kids. Who knows? So, Alex, we can't agree, mate. We can't agree. You've gone for the Chelsea. I've gone for Bournemouth. We'll see who comes out on top next week, right? So now then, let me see if I can be really clever now, right? So the next game we're going to talk about, right, is, where are we? Oh, Everton Forest, right? Everton Forest. Everton, during the week, what did Everton do during the week? Oh, they won 1-0 at Bournemouth, didn't they?
Exactly.
Another loss for Bournemouth, yeah. And but they lost, got battered by Newcastle last week. You know what I mean?
At home.
Yeah, and Forest lost to Brighton, and then during the week, Forest won at Wolves, which is nothing to boast about nowadays, unfortunately, for Wolves fans, is it? So it's one of these games I struggle to get excited by this, but I've got a soft spot for Everton. Alex, what do you reckon?
I know you've got a soft spot for Everton. I feel like this was one of the most difficult games to predict this week because both teams have been a bit up and down. And as you say, they won 10 men against Man United away. Then they lost, got battered by Newcastle at home. Then they bounced back again now, Everton. So tough one, but I've gone with the home advantage of Everton and put down 2-1 against Forest, even though they have found some form recently under Sean Dyche as well.
Yeah. Well, do you know what, Alex? I agree with you, mate. I've gone 2-1 Everton. I like the blue side of Liverpool. I don't know about a lot about the technical side and the form for this Everton people. Everton have got doubts over Michael Keane, and Forest have got doubts over Murillo. Everton have got a few players out though: Branthwaite, Patterson, Coleman, Roll, Guehi, whatever his name. And I'm not going to try Tim something or other. I can't pronounce the last name. Yeah. But Forest have got a few out as well, so that sort of levels it up. But honestly, while we're on this game, Alex, I'm loving watching Jack Grealish play football for Everton this season. He looks like he's been released, doesn't he?
I mean, he has been released, hasn't he, from Pep Guardiola's strict system. And it looks like he's just playing free-flowing football and just been sort of told, just go out and enjoy yourself. And he really is enjoying himself. And yeah, it's always nice to see one of those players who struggle a lot at one of the bigger teams and then go off to the likes of Everton and really flourish.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't sign full-time for Everton at the end of the season, to be honest. He's only on loan at the moment, isn't he? So,
yeah. So, yeah.
All right then, mate. Everton Forest, that's that put to bed. What's the next one up? Manchester City versus Sunderland, right?
Should be a good one.
This is going to be a difficult game for City, you know, mate. I reckon. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's struggling against Sunderland at the moment. We saw how they played against Liverpool at Anfield, and I guess they'll be going into the City game with a similar approach. Be compact and just rely on those counterattacks and make it count. And I thought they played really good against Liverpool, and they were unlucky, as you said, towards the end when Isidore was through on goal. I nearly celebrated, and then Chiesa came running back and just about put him off. But yeah, that's going to be a really good game. City are struggling defensively at the moment, aren't they? They are. 4 goals against Fulham. What a game that was.
Yeah.
I mean, at home, though, I do think they will have a bit too much for Sunderland. I really hope they can surprise me, Sunderland, but I've put down 3-1 for City.
You're going for Man City, have you, mate? Do you know what you're talking about, Sunderland? We watched them firsthand. We stood together at Sunderland, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
And saw just what a good side they were. I mean, that Sunderland game away, for me, it said a lot about the Arsenal, because we scored 2 goals against a low block, which I couldn't remember us doing for a long time, you know, and I was over the moon with that. But once we went 2-1 up, the Sunderland I knew of old would have packed it in and, you know, thought, right, that's it, we're done. But unfortunately for us, they fought to the 94th minute, didn't they? And got their equaliser, Sunderland. So I don't look at our point at Sunderland as a bad point. I think they played excellently this week. I really do. If that, what's his name, who was through on goal for Sunderland at the end, if he'd just got a little bit more pace on that ball, they win the game, didn't they? So,
yeah,
you know. So I'm going for a draw, Alex. I'm going to go for a draw, right?
I hope you're right.
I think Sunderland, hopefully, possibly, maybe, just good enough to get something at Manchester City, especially if Haaland don't fire on all cylinders, which he normally does, I know. But if Haaland don't score, then Man City don't score too many others, do they? You know,
they don't.
No. Right. Hang on a minute. Here we go again. Right. I'm doing this really well, Alex. Newcastle v Burnley, right? I'm not keen on Newcastle. Burnley are not very good. I can't really get very excited about this game, Alex.
No, I mean, I do fancy Newcastle in this game. I mean, they were pretty unlucky not to come away with a win, weren't they? Against Tottenham in the midweek. Bit of a freak goal, the second one from Romero. Bicycle kick off his shin. Ramsdale stood planted firmly, didn't move. But I do think they are doing pretty well at the moment, Newcastle, especially at home. And yeah, I mean, Voltemade, he's doing well for them. He's turned out to be the better striker of him and Isak. So I guess they'll be well happy with that. Yeah. And also their signing Wissa from Brentford. He's apparently going to be on the bench for the first time this season. So I mean that's going to be a good addition to have him back. And then Gordon's back again. Came on, scored the penalty against Spurs, and I think defensively they're doing okay, and they've got a strong midfield. I just can't see Burnley getting anything from this game. I've put 2-0 down.
Yeah, mate, I agree with you. I've put 3-0. I can't see Burnley getting anything out of this game. I do like that Voldemar, you know. He don't look like he should be able to control the ball like he does. He's, you know, but he's a quality player. And yeah, I would imagine Newcastle fans are over the moon swapping Isaac for him. Yeah, I'd be happy too. The Newcastle midfield for me, Alex, for me, they're just like, they try and bully boys. That's all. I still don't think they're that. I still don't think they're top level footballers, but they're very fit. They're very strong. They put themselves about, and that's how I see it. I dare say most Newcastle fans would disagree. But what do you think of the midfield at Newcastle, mate?
I think Joe Linton's certainly more of a bully than he's a footballer. I do think Bruno, even though he can be a bit of a bully, I think he's a really, really good footballer, and he's got some more quality to his game. And then Tonali's probably a bit of a hybrid between Joe Linton and Bruno. I think he's a tidy player as well, obviously coming from the Serie A. But I think he's quality, but I do think, like you say, they're like probably the best midfield in the Premier League, but they do lack a bit of sort of IQ and
finesse.
Finesse, yeah, that's a good word. Yeah. That's a good word, yeah.
So just before we move on from Newcastle, Alex, if you were the Newcastle manager, Pope or Ramsdale?
Ramsdale. Probably just because I've got a soft spot for him, but I do think he offers something different to Pope. The play, his distribution is really good, and something we saw at Arsenal firsthand. So I mean, in the 2 games he started, 2 games I think it is, I have seen his distribution sort of help them out, even though he didn't look too good on Tottenham's equaliser. I still think he offers a bit more, Ramsdale.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was funny, Tottenham's equaliser, because I don't know whether he never saw it or never expected it or what. He just never really moved, did he, Ramsdale?
Stood still, yeah.
Yeah, it was a funny goal, and it was a Tottenham goal, so it's even funnier. But so I've gone for Newcastle. You've gone for Newcastle, mate. Now, before we move on to Tottenham v Brentford, I just want to put this up here, Alex, and take a second of everybody's time. It's that time of year where people are feeling very down. Some people. I was on a train going up to London for the game against Brentford on Wednesday, and we were stuck for 2 hours because someone had decided to end their own lives, and it's very sad, and it upsets me greatly. And these people, if you're feeling down, these people can help. Yeah, Andy's Man Club, they meet every Monday evening. You just turn up and walk in, and you meet people that are like yourself, but non-judgmental, and you get a cup of tea and a biscuit or a bit of cake, and you lighten the load, and that helps massively. Things were shown that lightening the load, talking helps massively. And if you want to drive to the car park, but they're taking that last step of getting out of the car to talk to someone, and it's the hardest step, Andy's Man Club have always got someone in the car park where they are with a t-shirt or a hoodie on, and they'll come and approach you, or you can go to them one-to-one, and they'll help you. They'll take you in if you want to go in. So, yeah, just remember, everybody, December is a terrible time for some people feeling depressed and down. But help is out there. Go to that help. Go to talk to people. If you don't want to go to Andy's Man Club, go anywhere else. Talk to someone. We back Andy's Man Club because Alex from Andy's Man Club is a good friend of the show, and we're here to push that. Although it clashes with us on Monday night, we couldn't give a damn. Go and talk if you're feeling down. Yeah? All the best. Right, Alex. Now that we've Let me just think. Where do I go to? Oh yeah, I see. Hang on a minute. I've lost myself, Alex. I'm in trouble. Oh no, I'm back amongst it now. I'm all right. It's Tottenham, isn't it? It's
It's
You
Tottenham.
see, Fergus always puts right.
Oh, he's misspelled that one, hasn't he?
Yeah, he should put Tottenham. You see, he should put Tottenham. We shouldn't lower ourselves to other people's
We can
level.
accept that one though.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean Tottenham at the moment, Alex, are awful. I
They
mean,
are.
I thought Newcastle played poorly during the week, and that's the only reason Tottenham got anything out of the game. But what game did I watch Tottenham play? To watch the Tottenham game against Fulham last week, and
Oh yeah, it was brilliant.
the goalkeeper was hysterical. To be honest, it wasn't pleasant at all for him. But never mind. Yeah, and Brentford doing all right, mate. And surely Brentford will go and win at Tottenham, won't they?
I mean, it's probably one of the games I'm looking forward to the most outside of our game against Villa. The return of Thomas Frank against his old team. And yeah, like you said, they've been awful, Tottenham, especially at home. I think they've won 3 out of 21 games at home in 2025. And I saw some guy, he worked out that he'd paid 770 quid for each win for his ticket this season, which was just brilliant to see. But yeah, I think they're going to struggle against Brentford. We are shit Frank out.
It's bad, Ronnie.
Ronnie said it.
Ronnie, welcome back, mate. I wasn't meant to put your comment up then so quickly, but I've clicked on it by accident. But now it's up there, mate. Welcome back to the show, Ronnie, where we talk mainly about a very, very good football team, and occasionally, what we're doing now, we talk about Spurs. Ronnie, I feel for you, mate. Ronnie, I feel for you. Sorry, Alex. Go on, carry on, mate.
I mean, the thing is, I really, really like Thomas Frank. And he's having a hard time. And I think especially a lot of the fans are starting to get on his back as well, with the comments he said after the Fulham game about certain Tottenham fans not being genuine fans after booing Vicario. I don't think that sort of sat well with a lot of fans. So he's got to be careful now. And I mean, the best thing he can do is just win games, and he's not. But yeah, I mean, this is a must-win for Tottenham and Frank. I really don't see him being in charge for much longer if they somehow lose against Brentford, which they very might well do.
Do you know what, mate? Everyone's going for a Brentford win here at Tottenham, which is understandable at the end of the day. We're an Arsenal podcast, right? But Frank is starting every Tottenham manager I've known over probably the last 10 or 15 years, right? Started off all positive, full of hope. The fans are all up, and every single time it goes the same way, right? It goes the same way. The manager jumps off a cliff, right? Bad Ronnie is saying they'll win 3-0. Bad Ronnie, come back and see us next week, mate, if you win 3-0. But they've ruined some really, really fine managers, Alex.
Yeah.
Marino and what's his name? Conte. I honestly got worried for Conte's health. I mean, the bloke was in a mess.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some of the best managers out there, and they've had the like managers who's won a lot. Then they tried with Postecoglou, who was sort of more of a less pragmatic manager and more free-flowing offensive football. That didn't work either.
No.
I mean, yeah, there's something wrong at Tottenham.
Mate, there's something majorly wrong. I mean, because the two managers that have won them everything, you had Pochettino got them to the Champions League final, right? And they sacked him. Right? They sacked him because he had a bit of a bad run. And then last year, I mean, Postecoglou, they've sacked him after he won
the first
last year, but
trophy in ages.
Yeah, the first trophy in ages. And he promised them, he said, I'll win something in my second season, and he didn't let them down.
He did.
But they sacked him. But I mean, I don't rate Postecoglou. I thought the way he was setting Tottenham up to lose, which was actually amazing. I loved every second of it. But
it's just the way we are, mate.
Yeah. The West Ham man. Who's the manager at West Ham now? What's his name?
Potter.
Who?
Potter.
Oh no, Potter's gone. What's his name? Nuno Sanchez.
Oh yeah, geez, it is. Yeah,
Nuno Sanchez.
He didn't last long. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
and he's a good manager.
Yeah.
He's a good manager. And Bad Ronnie saying, judge to be sacked, 22 league defeats. I tell you what, Bad Ronnie, right? In all seriousness, Tottenham Hotspur were very, very lucky that last season, right, we had 3 teams in the Premier League that dropped off the bottom. They weren't competing at all, and they went down. If it had been a normal season, like it's shaping up to be this season, where you've got the 2 bottom sides, and then there's about 4 or 5 or 6 fighting over who's not going to be the third one to go down, Tottenham might have found himself in trouble last season, Bad Ronnie. So, yeah, I agree. And had to be sacked. I actually agree with Bad Ronnie. Why not? I actually agree with Bad Ronnie. Although Postecoglou did help you finish 37th in Europe, Ronnie. Come on, put a bit of better credit on the boy.
Yeah. And as John K. Crush says in the chat, Vinay's on a sabotage job, isn't he?
We're still paying him. We're still paying Vinay. We're still paying him money. I'm telling you, he's looking after us. Wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful. Brilliant. Excellent. Anyway, most people there went for a Brentford win at Spurs. And even though it's an Arsenal podcast, with Brentford, you can make a massive case for Brentford, getting something at Tottenham. You really can.
For the record, I've put down 2-1 Brentford as well.
Oh, sorry, did we not do that? I'll put down 2-0 Brentford. No, I've not got you down here, Alex. There you go. I'm making a note of what you're telling me.
Brilliant.
Right, so the next one, right?
Oh,
Leeds v Liverpool, right?
What a game.
Leeds have surely got to be bouncing, haven't they, after Wednesday, Alex?
They will be bouncing. I think the crowd will be right up for it. It's the late kickoff tomorrow, isn't it? And Liverpool look fragile at the moment. I think Slot is clutching at straws at the moment, isn't he? I mean, it's just not clicking for him. It seems like whatever he does, then he drops Salah. He plays the old boys, Robertson and Gomez, instead of their new signings. Still not working. He plays the old midfield from last season with Szoboszlai and McAllister and Gravenberch. Still not working. Isak, he may have scored his first Premier League goal against West Ham, but I mean, his performance against Sunderland certainly didn't look very good. Then Wirtz, everyone thought he'd scored his first Premier League goal. Turns out that was an old goal. I mean, I just can't. I think he'll be gone by the end of the year. Slot.
Yeah. So, but they won their first 5 league games, didn't they, Alex? What has changed? What happened?
I mean, if you look at like individually at all those 5 games, they got very lucky, didn't they? In a lot of the games, it was late winners, fine margins, and then sort of it just seemed like the luck ran out. And yeah, they're just, especially defensively, they're really struggling. Van Dijk and Konate, they just don't seem to have it anymore.
No, they don't. I mean, even the game against us at their place, we lost to a worldie. Probably won't score another one like that. And I just want to dwell on that point for a minute, Alex, right? In that, I honestly think that if we went to Liverpool and played them now, we'd batter them. We'd win by 2 or 3 goals. And the reason I say that is because it was the first game of the season when we went there. You expect to go to the champions and find them absolutely flying in front of their own fans, don't you? Absolutely flying. And I honestly think that Arteta set up for that. Didn't commit too much to putting any width in the game or stretching the game. We thought we're going to go here, play the champions, and see what we come out with. And it sort of turned into a banging of heads contest because Liverpool did the same. The champions on their home ground, their first game of the season, they didn't really want to play, and it was just a ding dong. And we could quite easily have won it anyway, Alex. Am I on the right lines, mate?
Do you remember before the game? I think a lot of people wanted Esse to start ahead of Marino, and a lot of fans got really angry at Arteta when he did play Marino. It's just funny how quickly the narrative can switch on a player, because back then everyone thought, oh, if we play Marino, he's setting us up defensively and we're not coming out to attack. Whereas now, when we're playing Marino, he's a very attacking player, isn't he?
He is indeed.
I do agree, though. I do think he probably set us up a bit wrong at that game, and they were there for the taking. But I mean, it was a worldy last minute goal, and things like that happen.
And he had no form to go on, Alex. There's no form to go on. If we play Liverpool now or half a dozen games into the season, we see what Liverpool are up to.
Oh, we'll smash them in January.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we will, yeah. So what do you reckon then, Alex? Leeds at home, bouncing after Wednesday. Liverpool at the moment, aren't they? Can Leeds win this game?
I think if Leeds score the first goal, they'll certainly go on to win. I have put down a draw, 2-2. I don't think Liverpool will win. And I think if they do lose, I think that could be the end of Slot.
Yeah. Wow. That's soon. That's soon.
Yeah. I mean, they've somehow got to turn it around, and it just doesn't seem like he's got the capability to do so.
I mean, we're a fickle bunch, us football fans, aren't we? I mean, last season, we Liverpool fans wouldn't let us say a bad word about Slot. You know, if you said a bad word about Slot, they jumped all over you. Now you see some of the things they're saying about him.
Oh yeah, they want
unbelievable. Wow. But for me, it's just Slot's side now. You know, the Klopp effect has gone. The Slot effect has took over, and we can see the difference. I'm going to go for Leeds to win it 1-0, Alex.
Go on.
You know, because I mean, that goal was correctly given an own goal, but that goal that they gave to Wirtz straight away, when you look at it in the deflection, that wasn't even hitting the corner post, mate. That
was going for a throw-in.
That was going for a throw-in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going for Leeds. You're going for a draw, and we'll see what happens. Who we got next on here then? Brighton, right? Brighton against Ferg's second favourite team, right?
Oh, yes.
West Ham. Now, I've heard that Ferg couldn't come on tonight because he's been a bit upset because West Ham have had a bad run of form, you know. But they managed to get a draw at Man United. When was it? Last night, wasn't it? And I thought, and so he's out celebrating, I think, Ferg. He's out celebrating his second team.
Probably, yeah. With all his West Ham mates and Kevin Nolan and so on.
But Brighton, Alex, who? I've never heard of him. Brighton have had a funny week. They beat Forest last weekend, but they lost in a barnstormer to Villa, didn't they, this week, 4-3. You know, what do you reckon, Alex? Can West Ham, I mean, they drew away last night. Can they go away to Brighton and get something?
I mean, I've put down 2-0 for Brighton. I think even though they did concede 4 goals at home, I do think Aston Villa are a much better team than West Ham, and I think the way Brighton play and they create so much, I do think they'll have a bit too much for West Ham. I think he's doing pretty well. Their manager Hertzler, still very, very young. I saw a picture today of him playing against Paul Pogba in the under 21s Germany against France. So that just goes to show how young he is. Same age as Paul Pogba. But yeah, I mean, I like Brighton. I think they've got some good players, especially in midfield. And yeah, I think they'll beat West Ham, even though they rescued a point against Man United and will come in with some sort of confidence.
Yeah, I'm about the same as you, mate. Look, I think Brighton should beat West Ham at home.
Danny Welbeck goal.
I think he's flying this year, Welbeck. I'm really happy for him, though. You know, I'm really happy.
Good to see
that Welbeck is flying. Brighton at home, West Ham away. West Ham, got a point of Man United, but we know how inconsistent Man United are. So, yeah, I'm going for Brighton to win it 2-0. And what did you say, Alex?
I put 2-0 for Brighton.
Oh, we agree. We concur, sir. We agree. So yeah, Brighton West Ham, Brighton to win 2-0. Now then, next one, Alex. Only a couple more, and then we get to talk about the best game of the weekend.
Yeah, we're getting there.
v Palace, London derby, right? Fulham beat Tottenham last week at their place comfortably. Only just lost to City during the week, you know.
Yeah.
And what about Palace? What did Palace do? Well, Palace,
they're flying.
They lost to Man United. Palace. They lost to Man United last weekend, but they won at Burnley, which, there's nothing to write home about really, because Burnley is struggling. So this could turn out to be a really good game, Alex.
I think it will be. I think Palace have been flying this season, even without Esse. Mateta scoring goals. Sar's doing really well. The new guy, Jeremy Pino, has come in and done well. And defensively, I think they are the second best team defensively after us. Really? So Mark Guehi's doing well. And then their wing-back, Daniel Munoz, is scoring a lot of goals and contributing. I think Oliver Glasner is doing wonderfully after that season they had last season, winning the cup. And it just seems like every time they lose a big player with Olise and Esse as well, it just seems like they replace them and they do well, the people that come in. So I fancy Palace doing well. It's a tricky one because I've actually put down a draw 1-1, but that's just because how well Fulham are playing at the moment. One against Tottenham and then the game, which was unfortunate, it could well have been a 5-5 game against City, couldn't it?
Yeah, easy.
So, it'll be a good game.
They had their chances at the end, Fulham, to tie that game up against.
They did,
they really did. But I don't mind either of these sides. I mean, we went to Fulham and won. Palace have going well. I've gone for Palace to win this, Alex. 2-1. A squeaky 2-1 win. But I could quite easily see a case being made for it to go the other way. It's going to be a good game. Good game. I won't be watching it, but it's going to be a good game.
Now, fifth in the table. Palace, aren't they?
Yeah. I was happy for Smith Rowe scoring that header as well.
That was
I'm glad to see him getting a bit more game time, Smith Rowe. Yeah. Right. Look, one more before we move on to the main event, right? And for me, this is far from the most exciting game of the weekend. Wolves beat Man United, right? Wolves. I don't mind Wolves at all. You know, I feel a bit sorry for their fans. They've been awful.
Yeah, they have.
And they've lost a couple of their last games. They've lost by 1-0, so they're not getting any luck either. You know, so they're struggling. But they've possibly got their easiest home game yet this season against Man United, right? Okay, because well, they have. You know what I mean? Man United could only draw against West Ham when West Ham have been struggling all season last night, and and then what did they do last weekend? Man United, what did they do?
They won against Palace away.
Oh yeah, well there must have been a bit of a lucky break there for them. Yeah,
there
must have been a bit of a lucky break for them, but they won at Palace. I fancy Wolves to get well. My heart is saying I fancy Wolves to get something this game, right? Because I want to see Wolves doing all right. A lot of people don't like going to Wolves away at Molineux, Alex, but I actually enjoy it. I actually like it.
Yeah, we've had some good luck, even though we've had some terrible sending offs. The Martinelli double yellow, the Lewis Skelly one. Was it last season?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Blimey, yeah.
Martinelli was a joke, wasn't it? I mean, do you know what? We were at the game the other night, and one of the Brentford players did something and then kicked the ball away.
Yep.
And I thought, well, if that was Martinelli, that's card, get out of here, you know.
I remember I thought the exact same. We're never going to see that again. I don't think we'll ever see it again.
No, it's complete and utter load of rubbish. But as I say, my heart says Wolves will get something. But in fairness, Alex, looking at it logically, and I don't like saying this, I'm actually going to say I think Man United are going to win this game. What do you reckon?
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with you. Even though they had a blip against West Ham at home, definitely should have won that. It seemed like once they got 1-0 up, they sort of stopped playing. But I mean, like you've said multiple times tonight, Wolves, they are just a poor team this season. And I feel sorry for their fans as well. But I mean, you never know with Man United because sometimes they just don't show up. But I think they will win. I've put down 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. I've gone 2-0. Trevor's gone 3-0 to Man United.
Trev,
what are you making them? I can't dislike the Man United manager, Amorim. I quite like him. I love the way he conducts himself. But is he a manager of Man United? Is he going to get there, Alex?
Oh, I mean, I do feel a bit sorry for him at times because the pressure is just immense. And I mean, some of the questions he gets asked, the press, they're tough on him. They question every single decision he makes. And I mean, it feels as though every time they're just starting to get a bit of momentum, and then something happens. Then they draw against West Ham at home or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a great run of games, didn't they? When they won against Sunderland, beat Liverpool as well, and then just slipped up against Tottenham. Just a bit up and down. I think they do really well to get into the Champions League spots this season.
Yeah.
And I do think Amorim will get enough time from the board. I think he'll definitely get this season. And then go from there. But yeah, it's tough being a Manchester United manager.
Oh, mate, look, Manchester United, as long as I can remember, it's always been tough for a manager. They had Alex Ferguson there for years, obviously, and Alex looked after everything, Ferguson, didn't he? We didn't like him much as Arsenal fans, but he won lots for him, and you've got to give him credit. And they're still trying to find his follow-on, aren't they? They're still trying to find the person to fill his boots, and haven't been able to do that. So yeah. So look, we've both gone for a Man United win.
We have.
I hope I'm wrong, to be honest. I genuinely hope I'm wrong.
Me too.
I like Wolves. I like going to Wolves. Right, Alex, Rob's hands. The main event of the evening, right? Tomorrow dinner time at 12:30. Aston Villa versus the Arsenal. And don't anybody come at me with it's not the Arsenal.
It is the
Arsenal. I'm telling
Arsenal.
you, it is the Arsenal. Capital T, capital A. All right. So remember that. Alex, 12:30 kickoff. I've got to be up at 4:30, son. I'm done with these 12:30 kickoffs. But if we win at 12:30, then start spreading a bit of pressure, doesn't it?
It does, and that's the joy of playing the early game. When you win, you could just sit back and relax and enjoy all the other teams lose points, and it could be the best thing ever. And hopefully, we will win and go on to put pressure on Manchester City and Chelsea. And I think we've got enough to win against Villa. I mean, they are flying at the moment. I was shocked to see they are up to third in the league after that win against Brighton. In my head, they were sort of having a poor season because they had a bit of a poor start the first couple of games. But Emery's picked them up, and yeah, they're doing really well at the moment.
Yeah. Do you know what, mate? I've said it before on this show, and I'll say it again. I'm not shy of it. A lot of Arsenal fans were and still are on Emery's back, but I know he's a very fine manager. I think he's a very fine manager. He was left with rubbish, with not a lot to Arsenal. Wenger didn't leave him much, and then he had to fill Wenger's boots. And the players he inherited weren't really what we want to see at the Arsenal, most of them. And I actually felt sorry for Emery. It was the best thing that he left, but I actually felt sorry for Emery because, he's a fine manager, I think. And as a result of that, right, Simon is saying, I think this is going to be a very tough game for the Arsenal. Simon, absolutely agree, mate. Absolutely agree. Emery will know how he's going to set his side up. and they will stick to that plan. They will have a plan. He's made it difficult for us in years gone by. It looks like they won't have Martinez, which is very nice. Although he has got a habit of making the odd mistake against us, Martinez. But I still, although I'm thinking in my head it's going to be a hard game, it's going to be a difficult game. I still go with some confidence, Alex. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, we've had some good games at Villa Park, haven't we, under Arteta? I know we lost, 3 years ago? But yeah, that win where Jorginho or Martinez scored an old goal, late winner, and Martinelli scored in the added times when he celebrated before he'd scored a goal. Yeah. And then last season as well, Trossard scored, and I can't remember the other one, but I think we won 2-0.
No good you're asking me, Alex. My memory's gone in a flash.
Yeah, we won last season. We definitely won 2-0, and Trossard scored as soon as he came on. So we've had some joy up there, and I think even though with the amount of injuries we've got, especially at the back, I do think we've got enough. My hope is that Saliba will be back tomorrow, so Timber doesn't have to play centre back. But yeah, I mean, just the squad we've got, and with the players we've got coming back, SA got a rest midweek. Other players, Saka got a rest midweek. He'll be fresh and ready to play. I think we'll go on to win at Villa, even though they're doing well at the moment.
Score, Alex?
2-0, like the Brentford game and like last season at Villa Park.
Fair enough. Do you know what, right? That Martinez own goal, I know it's an own goal, but I still give it to Jorginho.
That's a Jorginho goal all day.
See, I mentioned memories just now, right? When you get to my age, right, Alex, I don't wish you to get to my age at all. You take your time and enjoy your young life, but memory plays up, like I can't remember something that happened 2 or 3 games ago, but this week on the football app, it came up nearly 50 years ago. You were at Loftus Road to watch QPR play Arsenal in the League Cup quarter-final, right? And I immediately knew Alan Ball missed a penalty in that game because I never forgave Alan Ball after that. So how can I remember that long ago, right? But you asked me something, what happened last week? Who knows, right?
It's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is, mate. But listen, I just want to talk about our injuries in defence, right? Now, this season we are in a completely different situation, aren't we? You know what I mean? Alex, we've got 3 central defenders out, right? Mosquera, Gabriel, and Saliba, right? And I'd love to see them all back fit. But I'm not. I want to see them fit. I don't want to see us have injuries, but I'm not actually worried about the team we're going to put out, right? Because we had a little practice on Wednesday night. Mosquera had to go off early in the game. Timber comes on, slots in the centre half. You don't notice any difference. And by the way, Hincapié, he's turning out to be a right tough, good centre half. Alex, what do you think of him?
Piero Hincapié. He's brilliant. I just think the energy he brings. I love the way he celebrated that tackle against Pedro Neto against Chelsea, and he wins his headers as well. I think watching the game, Mosquera, he doesn't win a lot of headers, but is very strong on the ground. Hincapié wins his headers. He's very strong in the air, even though he's not the tallest. Yeah, and then he's rapid as well, and he just bullies attackers. It seems like, and I think I'm not too worried if Timber has to play centre back because Villa haven't got that big physical menace up front. They've got Ollie Watkins, who's a great player, but he's more of a guy who runs in behind.
Yeah,
and I think Timber should be okay against that sort of striker. I still hope that Saliba will be back, but. Yeah, I'm confident we can do the job defensively.
Yeah. I'm confident as well, mate. Absolutely confident. I wasn't quite sure how he was going to work it when Timber came on. I thought, would he move White into centre half, and let Timber play at right back? But no, I'm quite happy with whoever he plays where there. I'm just excited, but I am worried. That we don't want another one injured in the defence,
Oh, mate.
Three's enough now. 4 would, 3 is detrimental. We're not playing the players who want to play. It's been detrimental when you look at our format set pieces with Gabriel and look at our format set pieces without Gabriel. There's a huge difference. Gabriel causes mayhem at set pieces, Alex, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He's a menace, and I can't remember. I saw some stats today with and without Gabriel, the set pieces. I don't think we've scored from a set piece since he's been out injured in the Premier League.
Alex, look at this, right?
Exactly.
There you go.
That's the one I was thinking of. No goals from set pieces since he's been out. And just the threat he poses, average XG from set pieces has shut down completely. He's just the way he attacks the set pieces and the way he takes up space, and the opposition will have to use 2-3 people to guard him. Oh, he's just too good.
For me, he's our talisman, Alex, at the back.
Yes.
He's turning into a proper battler and a proper leader. And I think, obviously, Saliba gets in the side, but when Hincapie's played another 8 or 10 games and gets his feet firmly under the table, right? A centre-back partnership of Hincapie and Gabriel excites me. 2 right tough men, But then I'm missing. Then I'm saying Saliba wouldn't play. You don't know what to do, do you? What a great position we're in.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, it does seem like that he wants a right footer and a left footer at centre back, doesn't it, Arteta? Because he could play Calafiori and Hincapie at centre back, and then Lewis Skelly at left back, but he doesn't. So it does seem like he likes to have his one right footer and one left footer at centre back. But like you say, it's a great problem to have, having so many great defenders in our squad. And man, we are getting tested this season defensively.
We are indeed. We are indeed, mate. So but we're all right, Alex. We're all right.
We are all right.
Kevin, thank you for that Villa to win 2-1. Kevin, thank you very much. Appreciate your input to the show. Everyone is very welcome. Hugo saying the thing that gives me hope tomorrow is Villa's keeper is awful. Hopefully we'll take shots against him. I don't know who Villa's reserve keeper is, Alex. Should I know? Do you know?
No, because I can't remember the name of him, but I did see that he sort of came on right before the game because Martinez got injured in the warm-up, I think.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a good point. Should test him if Martinez is not playing. I keep having that in my head every time I'm talking about Villa.
Oh, Fergie boy.
Listen, just pronunciation.
So we're both going for an Arsenal win, right? I think most people are agreeing it's going to be a tough game up at Villa.
Oh yeah, Bissot or whatever his name is.
Bizot. Yeah, but other than that, I think fingers crossed the Arsenal will win. If our defence plays to its full capability, even with 3 superstars out injured, we'll be fine. Listen, Alex, I just picked up a little stat off the internet today. The Tottenham fans have got a new song, mate, right? And they're singing about one of their defenders, I think. And so it just made me look, And I keep hearing Tottenham mention about Van der Ven and Romero and whoever it is. Tottenham have let in 18 league goals this season. Arsenal's defence have let in 7, right? And one of them was a worldy free kick that we're never going to stop in a million years. So I wouldn't swap. I think it was Simon Less, a good friend of ours, Simon, said earlier, who would you take out of the Man United team and fit in the Arsenal team? Well, do you know what, Alex? For me, That works with most teams.
None.
Most teams' players, I wouldn't swap any of ours for.
No, I mean, probably the only one would be Haaland at City, because he is just the best striker in the world. And then the other one is maybe another left winger. But I mean, yeah, Semenyo would be nice, but I still fancy Trossard and Martinelli and back them. He should be back soon, shouldn't he, as well, Trossard?
Yeah, I'm just going to say then, you never know. He might pop up tomorrow, mate. He may well pop up tomorrow.
Yeah, you never know.
So anyway, we're both going for an Arsenal win up at Villa. But then again, we will do, because we're Arsenal fans. We've got well over 200 people watching live at this very moment. And thank you for that. I'm very humbled. If you can go onto YouTube and press the subscribe button, it does help us out. We don't make any money, but it does help us out as we move forward with editing rights that YouTube give you with your videos. Yeah, so Alex, do you know what I'm going to do now, mate? I'm going to press this little button here, right, and see what happens. Fergus told me I've got to press this button right now. Here we go. Hang on. Oh, Alex gets me every time, mate. Gets me every time.
It does. And you're one of the lucky ones who are going to be up bright and early tomorrow and heading off to Villa Park.
Do you know what, mate? I am, right? I am, and I don't take it for granted that I know I'm lucky to be able to go and watch all these games, right? I know there's people that give their right arm to go and watch one game at Arsenal, let alone every game of the season, you know? So, yeah, I don't take it for granted. And I do know how lucky I am to be able to do that. So, Alex, listen, right? Thank you for joining me tonight, mate. It's been wonderful to have you back. Before I close the show down, anything you want to say about yourself, the football, the World Cup, the mighty Arsenal, whatever?
Well, Trev, it's been brilliant pleasure being back on the show. I've just, before coming on here, I watched a bit of the World Cup draw. And isn't it just awful seeing that corrupt organization giving Donald Trump his little medal, and Infantino? Oh, I cannot stand the guy. But it's not all doom. We've got the Arsenal. We've got our Arsenal, and tomorrow we're going to be still top of the table, hopefully with an 8-point lead, and we can sit back and relax and enjoy the other teams losing points all over the weekend.
Yeah, we can indeed. I just think that FIFA should stick to what it's there for, just like we do, Alex. They should learn from us. Stick to football. Football's what we love, right? Football brings people together, right? Football fans are some of the best people on the planet, and we get a bad rap sometimes that we don't deserve. Look, right. You may have time to relax, Alex. I haven't. I'm going to get home late tomorrow night from the Villa. Then I'm off on Sunday morning down to London. Got an overnighter in London. Early train on Monday to Bruges. And then get back. And then we've got Wolves coming to town, haven't we? It's a hard life, you know, Alex. It's such a hard life being a football fan. Once again, people, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Sorry it doesn't run quite as smoothly as when Fergus does it, but I've had so much to do tonight, so I'm making me excuses already. We will be back on Monday. Dan and myself will be in Bruges by then, so I don't know what will happen. But yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Fergus will be leading on Monday. I don't know if you're coming to join us again, Alex. You'll have to let us know over the weekend, my friend.
I will. Trev, one thing, just be careful. Don't let Dan go on the 8% beer in Bruges.
Oh, God. If he goes on the 8% beer, I'm just taking him back to the hotel and putting him to bed. And it won't be the first time I've had to do that, Alex, will it? You know?
No, it won't. Yeah.
Right, everybody. Wonderful. Thank you so much for watching, right? From Alex and from myself, good night. God bless. Up the Arsenal. See you Monday.
Thanks for listening to Guns and Yellow Ribbons, an Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Follow us on Facebook at Guns and Yellow Ribbons or Twitter at Guns and Ribbons. And remember to rate and review us too. Up the Arsenal.